I don't know when I recorded it, but I know it's another month. It's a new month. That's all I know. I recorded that last part in September. I procrastinate a lot, so I'm just gonna try to start this breakdown of the last now 10 months. Well, not still nine, because it is only my 10th. It is the 10th month. So let's first start with the schedule. So my schedule is that Monday I do something called SPS, the Service Project Workshop. What that basically entails is that I is that every morning I have a meeting with my virtual team. We have a team. I'm part of Team Ether, I think, and then we are also collaborating with Team Benjamin to meet on Mondays to meet over the week whenever you're assigned. And what we do after the meeting is do the projects we're assigned. There's this thing called Airtable that we have where we can look at the different projects and be like, oh, that looks interesting. I'll go tell my team lead about this. And then you ask them and say, hey, I'm interested in doing this project. So I'm part of three projects. One of them is Nuxio. Nuxio is a well, it's mainly what I do, a tag removal thing. There's a website called Nuxio where you can, I think, upload photos and pictures. And I just said the same thing twice. What am I doing? Okay, where you can upload photos and videos, I think. And then what I do is that I do specific tags and specific settings, and then a tag. And then by searching with videos and photos, I then look at the videos and see if the tags on the video match up, even if it's not the tag that I searched for. If it doesn't, then I remove the tag. Pretty simple stuff. The other one is the hymn music, is the hymn is the hymn translation. We translate hymns for the new hymn book into different languages so that everybody can access them. I don't need to learn a language for this. I go onto the church's website and then type in the language, and then I can just copy and paste. That's all good. The other one is a private project. That meaning it's only meant for the people at SBS, that being the newsletter. There's a monthly newsletter that goes out at the beginning of every month that we upload. And that is actually one I'm the project coordinator for. Well, co-project coordinator. I have another one. So that's good. So that is the SBS Service Project Workshop and what I do. On Tuesday, I do the food bank. I go there from 9 to 2. The food bank at the beginning from 9 to 11, we just get everything stocked up, make sure everything is in order, all that kind of stuff. And if there's any things we need to address and talk about, that's when we do it. Then we take it like a 30-minute lunch break, and then afterwards we do our last preparations, and then at 12 is when we open, and then we close at 2. And that is when I normally leave to go to DI. I'm there until they no longer need me, basically. That means until either 4, which is when I'll leave, or until like 3:30. There's not really so much consistency because I'm going there basically at the end of their afternoon shift, I think. And also they're basically done with all the stuff that you would help them with. Well, I would help them with. On Wednesdays, I go to the Bishop Storehouse at 7 in the morning. I wake up at 6. Yay! It is great. I'm just being funny. At the food bank, we give people the food. We give people to, we give people food they need. Yes, this is why script sucks. So we give we give people the food they need. We give food to the people in need. That is what I meant to say at first. Okay, and I'm there, and we're there open from 7 to 10:30. Around 10:30 is when I leave. I come back. I do grocery shopping. Then I come back home to do a half day at SPS for the afternoon. On Thursday, I have the no, I don't have the food bank. I have SPS, right? I have SPS, and then Friday I have a half day at SPS as in the mornings. And so, yeah, as a service missionary, we are asked to have a P day. However, I think a half P day is the only thing I need. And also, if I really wanted to, I could just just not have a P day at all. I'm that kind of person where like if you're gonna tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it. No breaks. The service mission is hold on, my tag is too low. I just realized that. There we go. This is no exception. On Saturday, I go to the temple, the Manti Temple to be specific. My shift starts at around 12 o'clock, and we usually meet there around 30 minutes before. Well, we get there an hour before to get dressed, and then we get our assignments and go on. That's pretty much it. And then I'm there from 12 to 5, and then we leave. We usually pick up dinner afterwards because hungry boys. It's just me and another elder. So, yeah, we're gonna need dinner afterwards, especially if we forget to pack lunch and eat breakfast. So that's my schedule. What has happened over the past 9 months? Well, I'll tell you, quite a lot. Oh my gosh. One thing, I have a lot of family here, and so occasionally I meet up with that family. I'm living with my grandma, so I'm always around her. But I also have my other grandparents and my uncle and his family, as well as everybody on my mom's side. Basically, everybody. Well, not everybody, but most of them live here. It's funny because they're actually not members. It's humorous even. Yeah, I was warned by by a service missionary, an elder that no longer is serving because he finished. That if I went over one the speed limit, I would be pulled over. And since I do not want to be pulled over because that is nerve-wracking, I'm not going over the speed limit. So yeah, that thing. I've also learned to drive through one of the most dangerous roads in the world. Yay. The road in question is from Helper to Manti, well, more specifically from Helper to Spanish Fork, because that's the length of the canyon. It used to be the world's most dangerous canyon, but then they fixed things up and made it a little bit more safe. I'm not sure what they did to make it safe, but it's still pretty dangerous. Still really dangerous. There's almost like a car crash there. I normally don't see it because I avoid those. Thank goodness. I'm always going the speed limit, and that's really the only thing you need to do, and be wary of the turns in that canyon. But people can be dumb. People can be dumb. Also, the people here are terrible drivers. Terrible. I wish I could give examples. Well, actually, I'll give one. I was just going the speed limit. I got past me and flipped me off. I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything. I was just minding my business. And he's like, I don't like you. I guess he just felt the aura of a missionary and just hated it. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some things that I can tell you guys about. Well, one thing I can tell you about is Institute. This is the first time I've been taking Institute, when before Institute was like 43-minute drive. I had no idea about this because I really wasn't interested in going to Institute because I thought it meant you would have to go to college along with it. But as it turns out, it's its own separate program that you can sign up for, and I can take as a missionary, a service missionary. So I took it. I go there on Thursdays because that's the only time I don't have a meeting other than Friday, but they don't have a Friday class. And I also have something on Friday. They also have Friday activities during the afternoon in the school year, which is one of the main reasons why I have a half day on Friday specifically. At first I didn't. I made this change very recently because I want to make time for these activities because they seem a lot of fun. And also, I don't want to be stuck in my house most of the time. If I can separate my time being on the computer in SPS between 4 separate days, but two of them are half, I'm fine with that. That makes it so that I'm emotionally charged up from the sun's rays, you know? What else can I'm trying to think of something. Um, Oh, yeah, we have zone conference. Well, we have a service missionary zone conference. I think cross-line missionaries can come, but they normally don't because of their very busy schedule. So we meet every 6 months, and the next one is thought to be in this month. So we meet in Spanish Fork in a building, and we speak. It used to be 2 hours, then turned to three. But unlike us just sitting there for 3 hours in the chapel, after 1 hour, we go into breakout rooms. And certain districts, or just certain missionaries from certain districts, are assigned a lesson or a breakout to discuss. The last one was really interesting, especially when it came to scheduling and um, putting faith in, like, trusting others. There's a really annoying mark on this. Oh, shoot. Sorry, there's a really annoying mark on my dry eraser calendar. Oh, I need to redo that. Oh, no, I did. I just didn't put October. Give me 1 second. Let's put an Octo. There we go. So yeah, I've also met some friends over in the Bishop Storehouse and the food bank, and also, yes, fellow nerds. And as a fellow nerd, it is a compliment because I like the same stuff as you, and I want to be friends. One thing that I've also started to do is play D&D with some of my friends that I've met here. They are all members, which is really good. It would be really difficult otherwise, but just Utah. They also have Ren fairs. They had a Ren fair this last spring. I was surprised. I was just driving on my way to Institute, and I see signs saying, beginning of May, Ren fair. And I went, what? Utah does this too? I'm such a brain-hurt child. So that was interesting. We are meeting every Friday. At a building, that one of the people at the friend group has one of his family members owns. So yeah, there's also what was I gonna say? Yeah. Oh yeah, it was such a change coming from Kingman, Arizona, a small town but pretty big, to an even smaller town of Helper and Price. They're two separate places. I when they had an art festival, the train was blocking my way to it because in order to get to the highway, I would need to cross a train track. I'll probably show like a video of it somewhere in this video. But the other way is through under the train track, but it's through a massive detour. So instead of doing it by car, I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it by foot. I'm not doing that again. People's dogs were barking at me viciously, and although in my hand I was like, I really want to pet them, I knew they would bite it off because of how aggressive they were. My gosh, I was scared they were gonna jump out of the fence. But if the train isn't there, I'm just gonna walk through those tracks to get to downtown. So yeah, I can also walk through a helper if I really wanted to. I could park somewhere, like in the Institute building on Friday, and then do that afternoon activity, and then walk to our location. Like that easy. It's like not less than a block, but it's a pretty small distance. That isn't the case where I came from. Where I came from, going into McDonald's was a trek. Like my goodness me, it was a trek. What else can I tell that I have done on my mission? I once helped a guy clear stuff from his front yard to the back. He gave us strawberry waffles. How did he do that? He put strawberry syrup in the batter. Just- Oh wait. Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I'm recording this so I can put this on record. What if I put chocolate syrup in waffle batter or pancake batter? I need to try that. I need to try that. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to order that on my grocery order. I'm gonna try to do that. So, oh, speaking of which, that's one of the things I can do. I can do this. This is for the people who just find this randomly, that aren't family members or friends, or family members and friends who didn't know I could do this. There you go. So, yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of more of these updates in the future, every month, basically, at the end of every month. So you'll expect to see one for October. So, yeah. And a lot of people may be asking, what are my standards? They're pretty simple standards. Do what you feel is right. Pretty much it. My advisors have asked me and the other service missionaries in our mission to not watch any PG-13 movies or to play any teen-rated games. I'm not sure if they specifically said that, but I'm applying it because they said PG-13 movies. So, yeah, that I think is all that I could think of at the top of my head. Again, I I said I was going to write a script, didn't end up writing it, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I am just going to make this video because I want it. Hold on. I'm going to end off with showing you something. Alright, I just thought this was cool to show. Look at this. It's the Book of Mormon, but bigger. And there's like notes that I could put on it. I haven't done anything to it yet because I kept forgetting it exists. But I need to put it on this desk. I'm going to do it right now because I just realized I should have done that. And I'm going to use this one, the one I've been using to read, for other things, like in-person stuff. Every Wednesday, my service missionary advisors have a Wednesday meeting in person at the Institute building where we do a class that he teaches. Because actually, fun fact, he was an Institute teacher that taught my mother. What? Isn't that just crazy? Isn't that just crazy to think about? Around like 20 years, more than 20 years, my mom's institute, my mom's institute teacher was my now service missionary advisor. What? Also, that is a picture of Jesus who always watches. Okay, that's it. Bye. So I recorded that whole thing, thinking, yes, I recorded a few, like a minute, 30-second video of me talking about it and then changing my mind and procrastinating. No audio. Awesome. Great. So it's not there. Yeah, I'm gonna put this at the end because I want to make myself look delusional. Okay, bye.